Gold prices have been quite volatile, and in fact platinum is now cheaper than gold. Rajiv Popley, Director Popley & Sons, joins us to help plan your jewellery buying. Hi Rajiv, thanks very much for joining us on the show. Let me start by asking you, gold prices have been quite volatile for a while. How do you really see gold prices moving from here on?
Right. It's been volatile for various reasons that we need to understand. First, for the Indian market, it is dependent on the international exchanges where the gold prices have been moving volatility. And the other reason is the Indian rupee pricing, which is to the dollar, also moved both ways. So that's these two areas are very important for us to see the Indian effective pricing. Going ahead, we're looking at a better gold price thanks to the Akshaya Tritiya which is coming up to start with, and also due to certain uneasiness in the Middle Eastern areas because of Yemen and Saudi interference. We would expect in the range of around 28,000 to be touched.
Rajiv, demand was a little soft in Feb, since I think many were expecting a duty cut in the budget and so postponing purchases. But since then, have you seen demand really picking up? And as you mentioned, Akshaya Tritiya is around the corner and upcoming wedding season.
Demand for Akshaya Tritiya is quite optimistic because the postponement of purchase has to be realized finally. And Akshaya Tritiya is a very good period where the wedding purchases actually happen. That's where we feel Akshaya Tritiya will help boost the entire turnaround.
And versus the demand last year, how are you seeing demand this year?
In spite of the gold price lower than last year, we would look at least 15-20% rise.
Rajiv, there's this big move to really wean Indians away from our obsession with gold. Has there been any kind of change that you have observed in people's approach to buying jewellery as an investment versus a lifestyle decision?
It's a mixed subject. In India, gold has been a mythological metal. So whether it's festivity, whether it's the security on purchase, whether it's fashion, it's all put together for an Indian consumer. Gold is always been a part of their normal wardrobe. At the same time, their lockers where it helps in security aspects.
I want to bring in the point about platinum that I was talking about. Platinum and gold prices, we've seen a bit of convergence, in fact platinum falling below gold. Why has this really happened, and is this something that we see often?
We've seen this earlier also. In fact, a couple of years back when the platinum had dipped below the gold price. Due to the high demand of gold, the gold surgency had pulled it up, and platinum didn't take the same pace. But however, this doesn't affect the local retail business because platinum and gold have never been as competitive metals on the floor. Platinum has a very high-end niche of an audience which is looking at a very select product category, so it doesn't fluctuate as consumer demand is concerned with the price differential which is happening.
Have you seen demand for platinum really going up, and how do you see the pricing of platinum going forward? I mean, would you say that this is a time that people who want to buy could look at buying platinum? Unlike
other products, platinum has got a consistent growth of a double digit throughout, and it continues the same way in a more aggressive manner. The consistent demand in platinum is growing, and the target audience is very focused on buying platinum, which is around 30 to 40 years as an age group. And this is where platinum grows particularly as a category.
Rajiv, I want to come to diamonds as well. I mean, let's face it, diamond market is an extremely controlled one. How can one really be sure of future value of diamonds for people who are really looking at investing in things like solitaires?
Precisely. See, solitaires has become quite organized in the Indian sector. In fact, today solitaires are even sold on e-commerce. So it's a very transparent product. You have a third-party certificate. You have at par comparative pricing which happens. So a person who's actually investing in solitaires is quite satisfied with the entire overlook that jewelers are now able to understand a comparative pricing format. They respect and adhere to international norms, which is for third-party certificates of IGI, GI, HRD. The respectable labs which are there internationally are able to service the Indians with the diamond certificate in India itself. So that gives you a very clear platform for comparison and makes it like any other commodity for a price openness, you know.
Rajiv, one issue that many people face is when it comes to the resale values of jewelry, whether it's gold, diamonds or platinum. Often people want to sell old jewelry and buy something new instead. How do you suggest one really goes about that, and what does one really need to be aware about, because there is a significant chunk that you end up losing in that process?
Let's start with gold per se. If one talks about bullion, it's sold as per weight, it's sold as per the purity, and it's tradable on any jeweler's desk at par. So it's very transparent whereas the product category is concerned. Then if you look at gold jewelry, for example, we have hallmark jewelry in India, which gives you a platform of the purity level of the material that you bought. Gold rates are marked at every jeweler's store. Similarly, it goes on for the other products. For example, if it's a solitaire also, as I said, the solitaire is a tradable subject today. You have got rational pricing which is available across jewelry stores, and that can be obviously evaluated across jewelry platforms. Similarly, if you go into platinum, every piece of platinum is certified by UL, which is United Laboratories, which is a third-party certificate on the platinum metal. So the jeweler who has to buy it back will be quite confident of what he is buying back, irrespective of where you bought the actual material from.
And Rajiv, finally I want to ask you about the new requirement for a PAN card to buy gold above 1 lakh rupees. I think there's a huge lobby that's against that. How much do you really think it will impact demand?
So obviously it will impact, and it's a matter of time that one has to come to more realistic figures. A 1 lakh number is a very, very low figure.
Right.
To put that as a condition, we would expect a higher figure to be seen if one has to really look at controlling the black market or the unaccounted cash. You know, that is the major concern.
All right, Rajiv, thanks very much for joining us on the show.
Pleasure. Thank you.